Question 17. After 7.5 years, an investment is worth $4,199.75. What was the amount of the initial investment given that the simple interest rate was 3.8% per half year? Step 1 is extract the information out of the question and write it down. So after 7.5 years, that is our term, 7.5 years. We may need to change it into some other units, but for now we'll just write it down. An investment is worth this much, so it's after 7.5 years, so that is our final value, our accumulated value of $4,199.75. What was the amount of the initial investment? So we're looking to find C0, given that it was a simple interest rate of 3.8% per half year. That 3.8%, we divide that by 100, and we get 0.038 as a decimal. Now, we've got our term is set in years, but our interest rate is in half years. We need to make the term match the units of the interest rate. We know that there are 2 half years in any given year, so we're going to take that 7.5 years and multiply times 2, and we get 15 half years. We've now got all the data that we need. Next thing we do is we're looking at the formula for C0. C0 is equal to CT divided by 1 plus I times T. Now we substitute in the numbers. CT, 4199.75, divided by 1 plus I, which is 0.038, times T, which we said was 15. We do that, some of that math, we end up with 4199.75 divided by 1.57. And when we do the final number crunching for that, we end up with $2,675. Therefore, the initial investment was $2,675. Number 18. $1,800 is invested at a monthly simple interest rate of 2.25%. How long does it take for the investment to be worth $3,420? Reading it again, $1,800 is invested, so that's our C0. It's a monthly simple interest rate of 2.25%. I'll take the time to convert that into decimal right now, so I divide by 100. How long does it take? So we're looking for the term, and the final value we're given is CT of 3420. This time we're using the formula for T for time. We have CT divided by C0 minus 1, all divided by the interest rate. CT is 3420 divided by 1800 minus 1 divided by 0.0225 is equal to 1.9 minus 1 divided by 0.0225. And we do the final number crunching and we end up with 40. Therefore, the term of the investment was 40 months.
Question 19. $9,000 is invested for 7 years and 4 months. It's now worth $18,504. What is the monthly simple interest rate? So let's extract the information out of that problem. So the $9,000 is invested, so that is the 0. It's 9,000. The term is 7 years and 4 months. It's now worth, so that's our final value, it's now worth $18,504. And we're asked to find the simple interest rate. So that's what we're trying to locate. Pull out our formula. I equals CT over C0 minus 1, all of that divided by T. Now I didn't deal with my term here yet. We're told that was in months. So I need to get my T into months. I've got 7 years. There's 12 months in a year, which I think we've seen already was 84 months. And then there's an additional 4 months on there. So my total is 88 months. is the term. So let's go ahead and substitute everything in. Our CT 18504 divided by 9,000, the initial value, minus 1, all divided by T, which we say is 88. And take that, if we divide that out, we come up with 2.056 minus 1 divided by 88, which is then 1.056 divided by 88. And if we do the math, we come up with 0.012. Now, we've got a decimal here. And remember, in other problems where we were given the interest rate, we were given the interest rate as, say, 5%. And we converted that to be 0.05. Now we're given a 0.012, and we want to turn it into a percentage. So instead of here, we took 5 and we divided it by 100 to get 0.05. Now we're going to take the 0.02 and multiply it by 100. So we're going to multiply by 100, which will give us, move the decimal place 2 spaces, gives us 1.2%, and that was in months. 1.2% per month is the interest rate. So if you were asked, as this problem was, they said, what is the monthly simple interest rate? You really can't leave it at this point. You're almost there, but you need to come up with a final answer of saying the monthly interest rate is 1.2% per month. So don't just leave it as a 0.012. Now it's possible that you might end up with an answer in a different kind of problem. Let's just go ahead and jump to an empty page. Supposing you did all those calculations, you might have ended up with something that said, or you might have had 0.004 is a better example. So 0.004, you multiply by 100, you're still at 0.4. So you've got 0.4% interest rate in that case. So just be careful, you need to do that final step to take whatever you get as a decimal and then multiply it by 100 to say that that is the percentage. Okay, moving on to question 20. You borrowed $3,700 at a daily interest rate of 0.02%. When you repaid the loan, you paid $4,780. How long was it before you repaid the loan? So our initial value, what we borrowed, was $3,700. The daily simple interest rate, 0.02%. Which when we convert to a decimal, we're going to divide by 100. So 0.02 divided by 100. To do that, we're moving the decimal place 2 spaces out. So we're going 1, 2, so basically adding a couple zeros. And then we repaid the loan, so our CT is equal to $4,780.40. And we're asked to find the time. T is our unknown. Formula for T, CT over C0 minus 1, all of that divided by I. I've got a daily interest rate. I'm trying to find the T, so that's going to give me time in days. Put in my CT value, which is $4,780.40 divided by the initial 3,700 minus 1, all divided by I, which is 0.0002, should give me 1.292 minus 1, all divided by 0.0002, which is 0.292 divided by 0.002, 1,460 days. Okay, so that was number 20. After 2.5 years, the repayment of a debt will be $11,770.75 at a weekly simple interest rate of 0.15%. How much money was borrowed initially? Okay, so we know we're looking for the initial value as our unknown. That's what we're trying to find. The term we said is 2.5 years. The repayment of the debt, CT, so that's the final amount that we're going to repay, is $11,770.75. It's a weekly simple interest rate of 0.15% weekly. Okay, so we've got everything here. Now the first thing, of course, we need to get our term into the same units as our interest rate. Since we're weekly here, we've got years here, we need to go 2.5 times 52. And if we do 2.5 times 52, 130. It's 130 days. So if we're trying to find C0, we're going to use our formula for C0, which is CT divided by 1 plus I times T. CT is 11770.75 divided by 1 plus I, which is 0.15. We need to convert that to decimals. So we divide it by 100, we get 0.0015 times T, which is 130. So if we start working this out, which is equal to 11770.75 divided by 1 plus 0.195. And when we work that out, we end up with $9,850. So the initial amount that was borrowed was $9,850. And the last question, question 22. The repayment of a $7,350 loan is $14,891.10 after 9 years. Determine the quarterly simple interest rate. Okay, so the repayment of the loan, so the initial loan, they're telling us the initial loan is $7,350. The CT, so the final amount that we have to pay back, is $14,891.10. The term, they say, is 9 years. They're looking for an interest in quarters of years. So I need to convert my T into quarters of years, which means multiplying 9 times 4. So we're going to have 36 quarters. And we're asked to find that I value. So again, we'll go back to our equation that we're given. I is equal to CT divided by C0 minus 1, all divided by T. 14891.10 divided by 7350 minus 1 divided by T, which we said was 36. So we've got 14891.10 divided by, and we end up with 2.026 minus 1 divided by 36, which is equal to 1.026 divided by 36, which gives us 0.0285. And then we need to do that final step of converting into decimals, or sorry, converting into percentage. So we're going from a decimal to a percentage. So we're going to multiply times 100, which gives us 2.85% per quarter.